All right, so today I want to talk about something that's been kind of surprising in the gaming world recently, the revival of Garden Warfare 2. This is a game that, for the longest time, everyone kind of assumed was dead. Not fully dead, not abandoned, but definitely quiet. The servers were still up, sure, but most of the lobbies were empty or half full, and if you were lucky enough to find a match, you'd be playing with the same handful of people every single time. But suddenly, all of that changed. People started reinstalling the game. Lobbies got a lot fuller, and for some reason, clips and streams of the game started popping up again online. And one of the names that keeps showing up in this recent spike in activity is a streamer named Jynxy. Now here's the funny part. He's only been playing GW2 for about 2 weeks. That's it, 2 weeks. And somehow that's already had a noticeable impact on the game's popularity. Now don't get me wrong, Jynxy didn't revive GW2 single-handedly. That's not how these things work. But the way the algorithm works, combined with people's natural nostalgia for the game, was enough to get people curious. People saw his streams or clips in their feeds and were like, wait a second, this game is still around and people are actually playing it? And that curiosity alone brought a bunch of people back. It's honestly kind of wild how a short burst of consistent content from someone new can do that. The thing that makes this especially interesting is that GW2 has always been a fun game, even if it wasn't particularly active. The gameplay is chaotic, the characters are unique, and the movement and abilities are still satisfying. When the game first came out, it had that sense of energy where every match felt unpredictable. And now, years later, all it took was a few streams showing that energy again to remind people why they liked it in the first place. It's not like Jynxy is doing anything revolutionary. He's just playing the game, reacting naturally and having fun with it. That's enough. It doesn't take some massive community event or a developer update to make old players come back. The visibility alone, combined with people remembering the game fondly, is enough. And because the game's servers were never fully dead, that means people can actually jump back in and have a good experience almost immediately. And that's what makes the current revival feel so different from other older games. Some old games resurface online, and you reinstall them only to find out that nobody's playing anymore. That's not the case here. Lobbies are actually active, Turf Takeover is filling up fast, and even Team Vanquish is seeing some decent numbers. For a game that's been out for almost a decade, that's kind of impressive. One of the most interesting parts of this whole thing is seeing the mix of players. You've got returning veterans who know the maps, the characters, and the strategies inside out. You've got new players who are discovering the game for the first time, watching streams like Jynxy's, and deciding to jump in. And then you've got the casual viewers who just reinstall to see what all the hype is about. That mix changes the dynamics of every match. It makes it unpredictable, and it makes the game feel alive in a way it hasn't in years. Of course, the revival isn't perfect. There are still the same issues the game had before. The servers aren't exactly modern, so you still notice occasional lag or hit detection problems. Modded lobbies pop up from time to time, which can ruin the experience if you run into one. And there's always the question of how long this wave of attention will last. Revivals built on nostalgia and short-term visibility can fade just as quickly as they appear. But even if this doesn't last for months or years, it's still impressive that the game has seen this much attention again after so long. It's kind of amazing to think that a streamer like Jynxy, who's only been playing for a couple of weeks, could play a part in that. He didn't plan it. He didn't try to start a revival. He just streamed the game, posted a few clips, and people responded. And that response has helped the game feel alive again. Another thing that's interesting about this whole situation is how people are reacting to it. The community has been active in ways it hasn't been in years. People are making new content, posting clips, and interacting in ways that feel natural. And that creates a feedback loop. The more people see the game being played, the more they want to play it themselves, which in turn leads to even more activity. It's almost like the game has a second life, fueled entirely by content creators and the audience rediscovering it together. And even though the revival isn't perfect, it still highlights one important thing. GW2 was always a solid game, and sometimes all it needs is a little attention to remind people of that. It doesn't need a massive update or a major event. It just needs someone showing it off in a way that's relatable and fun. Jynxy has done that, even in just 2 weeks, and that's why the game is suddenly getting more attention than it has in years. So yeah, the Garden Warfare 2 revival isn't some grand, orchestrated event. It's not permanent, and it might fade after a while. But for now, the game is alive again, people are enjoying it, and creators like Jynxy are part of the reason why. And honestly, seeing a game like this get a second chance is kind of satisfying. That's it for now. If you've jumped back into GW2 recently, let me know what your experience has been like. Are lobbies actually full? Are matches chaotic again? Or is it still kind of quiet? Either way, it's interesting to see a game from nearly a decade ago get this much attention again, and it'll be cool to see if it lasts.